All right, fishing factor family. They're boiling all around us. We're gonna try and get a fish here on this cast. We're fishing a Rapala today, shad wrap, finesse ultralight. I think it's number SL4, and already got one trout on the board. Taking the hook out of the trout, I buried a treble hook in my finger. Did a little surgery to get it out, but we're all good. We're not going to stop fishing. So it's a beautiful day out here in Pagosa Springs at Lake Hatcher, and I'm enjoying life by going fishing and sharing it with you guys. So thank you for tuning in, for watching, and want everyone to have a blessed day. Life is very short and precious, and we need to enjoy it outdoors, fishing either with our families or our friends, or even by yourself. I'm on myself right now because my family's been on vacation for about a week up in Denver. Well, my daughter was on vacation. My wife was at a work training. You can see on the surface there's a lot of boiling action. That's what I'm trying to target, is the fishes. They're boiling, picking up flies. The surface, you'll also see these birds diving, bombing. I'm targeting those little boils, is what we call them. I'm just kind of doing a steady reel in. There's a lot of weeds in the lake of an algae bloom. We've had a lot of wind, a lot of inconsistent weather here in Denver, or I mean in Colorado. Sorry, I said Denver because I was thinking about my wife and kids. Ooh, we just had a boil right by us. There's giant carp in here too. That's not what I'm targeting today. More trout. If bass or perch bite, I'm stoked on that. I always want to catch a bass. The bass are just few and far between in this lake versus one of the other lakes I like to fish called Lake Pagosa. That one has smallmouth, largemouth, green sunfish, perch, crappie, and trout, and carp and catfish. So that one has a lot more variety of species. This lake is primarily a trout lake. Has a ton of perch in it, which I haven't for some reason caught today. They usually are pesky. They bite your lures before the trout. But usually this is known as a trout lake. There's brook trout and rainbow trout in here. The brook trout are pretty rare, but I've been lucky to catch 2 of them out of here. So I'm pretty pumped. I've only lived here for about a year, and I'm loving every minute of it. It's great to live out in the woods. Got the Colorado Rockies all around us. Rivers, lakes, streams, deer, all kinds of wildlife, bears, even mountain lions. So I love to talk mountain lion stories, especially with my buddy, mainly a fishing guy. Yeah, he tells me about those really rare mountain lions, and I don't know if we got that on camera. A big old trout jumped, but he's telling me about a sighting of a mountain lion he saw with his dad hunting, which was really cool fishing story to hear from a friend I met online. So if you have a fishing story, I'd always like to hear it. That's what all I'm about. Got a little wind knot. Gotta fix here. Could get worse. Not that there's any wind, it's just you get tangles, dangles. definitely a lot of feeding trout over on this area. And the bites for trout are usually best in the morning and late afternoons right before sunset. It's when all the bugs are coming up to the surface and the trout really get active and start feeding on anything and everything. During the middle of the day, a little tougher sometimes. They're down deep, and you just gotta kind of fish for them slower and try different techniques to find where the fish are at, where they're feeding. But just fishing is always fun. It's not always catching, like what I'm doing right now. And I'm fishing today out of my flow tube. It's a Teton, and I believe I got it at a Sport Mart, which I don't think they have anymore. But you can find them at Walmart. You can find them at Academy or all those big stores, Bass Pro Shops. I'm sure there's a TikTok buying site you can get a float tube somewhere. Everyone's selling something now on TikTok. The only thing I want to sell is fishing. Not fishing accessories maybe for other people, but I just want to share the experience of fishing and the connection with people, networking. I want to help out small businesses, talk about your business, your story, what you do to support your family. And, you know, I'm very blessed and lucky that I don't have to work anymore. I'm retired from brain injury, so I get to fish a lot and just kind of be Mr. Mom around the house. Got my daily chores I got to do and make sure our family's good, and my wife and kids are all good at school and work. And yeah, you know, I always wanted to be a stay-at-home dad when I was younger, and now I actually get to live those dreams I dreamed about as a kid. So always thought being a stay-at-home dad would be the coolest job. And now I get to do it. I just wish I didn't have the brain injury that messes me with me a lot. And you know, I'll start sharing more about that with you guys. But I have a lot of issues with vertigo and migraines, and kind of usually puke daily, so multiple times spells, and it hits me when I'm not expecting. One thing's weird is when I'm busy fishing and doing things or moving, I don't get the vertigo as bad. So it helps to do things like activities like this. It kind of re-energizes me. All right, we're still working. See this lure here? We got a German brown pattern Rapala, and right there's the model number, UL Shad 04. Highly recommend you get one of these. It's hard to fish when there's weeds around, but and it's a very light lure to cast. You need an ultralight setup or something that, you know, you can whip it out there. A longer rod I recommend, that helps for your casting. But one of the best all-around lures. I've caught in every single species on that lure. Works really good in the rivers too. You want to cast upstream and then just kind of reel it as it gets parallel to you. But I've had tremendous success catching fish on this shad wrap pattern and lure from Rapala. So Rapala, if you're listening, please, I'll take any kind of sponsor, free lures, or whatever you want to do. I'll fish and promote you guys as much as I can. That's what Fishing Factor is about. I ain't looking for money, but I will take that free handout or gift if you want to help a fisherman out trying to live his dreams. I'm sponsored by my family. Ooh, that's a hookup. You guys see that? Right at the float tube. Right at the float tube. A nice one, another nice trout. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun getting out the hook out again. Whew. He's very active still. He's nice size too. Hooks are buried. All right, I'm gonna turn it off here so I can get this unhooked. Actually, I'll keep it on. I'll do the best I can, and so I'm not hook myself. Oh, trout, maybe next float tube. Son of a gun. Woo! Not easy. One of the things I was talking to someone I met yesterday was they like fishing, they just don't want to take the hooks out. Fish and touch it. And I get that part. It's not easy. Being a former deckhand, that's one of the hardest parts probably of learning curve is how to handle fish. Take the hooks out. Right now, I'm gonna try and get this one out of this trout as fast as possible. Okay, we freed him. Hold him up in front of you guys. He is slightly bleeding, so I don't want to handle him too much. Here we go. Swim off, boy. Come on. You might have to keep this guy if you don't swim off. I think so. Alright, we're going to be doing a cook and catch because I'm keeping this guy. Oh, he's swimming off. Yeah, he swam off. Alright. I think he's still struggling. Let's see if I can get over to him. Fuck. I do not like killing fish. Not unless I'm gonna eat them. This trout's just got hooked too hard. So we're gonna have this trout for a nice cook and catch. Something tacked him earlier. He's got this scar right here. Oops. Damn it. I think he swam off now. Well, that's a good sign. If he's gone, that makes me happy. You can only keep one fish a day here, so that would have ended my fishing day. Now I'm gonna get the hook out of the netting of the float tube. There we go. So that's 2 trouts on the board in about 13 minutes of filming. I'm gonna sign off here and we'll start another video here.